Welcome back to Euro Football Daily for this week's Euro transfer talk, where despite the season still being in its infancy, the January window is just 8 weeks away. As ever though, don't forget to let us know your views on these rumours in the comments below, and if you hear any transfers yourself, please let us know about those too. Come on then, let's have it. We kick off with one of Euro Transfer Talk's favourite topics, it's Neymar's future. Last covering this story a few weeks ago, we spoke about how the Brazilian was starting to warm up to the idea of staying at Paris Saint-Germain beyond his current contract expiring in 2022, despite pushing for a move back to Barcelona over the last 12 months. But a lot has changed since then, not least the 28-year-old's former employer's president leaving the club and announcing how perilous the finances are. Rumours in Spain suggest the Blaugrana need to cut their annual wage bill by almost €200 million to avoid bankruptcy. That means any realistic chance of Neymar once again crossing the Pyrenees has all but faded, with the star also happy to accept this. Both sides are now working towards a deal to keep him in the French capital long term. But it appears this will have to be on his own terms, as reports in France claim that he has told the Champions League finalists he wants to sign a deal no worse than the one he's currently on. And that deal sees the Parisiens pay him around €35 million every single year. That's close to €700,000 a week, if you believe some reports. Kylian Mbappe's deal is also set to expire in 2022, and he's long been linked with a move away from the club as well, with Real Madrid and Liverpool the only sides being regularly linked with the 21-year-old. For PSG to convince the World Cup winner to stay at the Parc des Princes, they'll reportedly have to offer him at least the same pay packet as his Brazilian teammate is set to receive. But what do you think PSG should do? Is it worth locking Neymar up for 5 more years on that much money? Let us know in the comments below. Moving from France's eminent power to Germany's, where Bayern Munich looked like they could lose a key player who over the past 5 years developed into one of the most important and versatile talents. David Alaba joined the Bavarians at 16 years old and was a regular at left back by the time he was 19, but over the last few seasons he's deputised at both central midfield and surprisingly well at centre back too. So with the 28-year-old's deal set to expire at the end of this season, you'd expect him to be a key part of Hansi Flick's future plans. But it's not to be. He's rejected every Bayern Munich contract on the table. Most recently, Bayern reportedly offered the Austrian a deal worth almost €300,000 a week, requesting clarity on the situation by the end of October. But with that deadline now in the past, the club withdrew the offer, paving the way for Alaba to leave the Allianz Arena on a free at the end of the campaign. And with the ability to sign a pre-contract in little under 60 days, his agent Pini Zahavi, who also counts Alaba's teammate Robert Lewandowski amongst his clients, has reportedly started to offer the left-back to potential suitors. The 3 clubs that have concrete interest at this stage seem to be Manchester City, Juventus and PSG, according to Christian of Bild. However, the player only wants one club, that's Real Madrid. Hansi Flick is obviously still keen to keep one of his most important players, saying in recent weeks, "I still have hope he'll renew, he has the perfect environment in Munich and I think he should think twice." But let's pass it off to you guys. What do you think should happen? Should Alaba stay at Bayern Munich, or if he does leave, should he go to Real Madrid? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. From a possible in for Madrid to a player that finally looks like he's on his way out of the Bernabeu. It's been well documented since Zinedine Zidane's initial appointment as manager for Los Blancos that Isco has clashed with his boss and has fallen down the pecking order, racking up less than 1,200 minutes in each of the last 2 La Liga campaigns. And having yet to feature for more than 1 hour in a single game so far this season despite 2 starts, it looks like the Spaniard's patience has finally run out, especially after seeing former teammate James Rodriguez thrive at Everton in the Premier League. Funnily enough, that's exactly where Isco reportedly wants to go, as he plans to reunite with both Rodriguez and manager Carlo Ancelotti. Isco has also reportedly been made available for transfer by the Real Madrid board, who would be happy to let the 28-year-old leave on loan in January as long as an obligation to buy for about £20 million is included in the deal. Arsenal, Juventus and Sevilla have all been heavily linked over the last year with the former Malaga player, but none are reportedly interested in a move right now. However, the friendship between Isco and his former Colombian teammate has supposedly put Everton in prime position to sign the 2012 Golden Boy winner. But Ancelotti did recently say in a press conference that Isco to Goodison Park was not a priority of his. So keep your eyes peeled for this rumour to rear its head again in January, with Everton potentially looking to strengthen after a strong start to the Premier League. If you are new to Euro Football Daily, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe and turn notifications on, because we do this sort of video every single day. Perr Schuurs may have only made 13 Eredivisie starts for Ajax, but is expected to be the replacement for Matthijs de Ligt at the heart of the defence, despite being just 3 months younger than the Juventus player. After being something of a bit part player last season, Schuurs has gone on to start every game so far this campaign, and reportedly caught the attention of Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp during the Reds' 1-0 victory in Amsterdam last month. With limited first team experience despite such a high ceiling, the 20-year-old who celebrates his birthday later this month is valued at €9 million by Transfermarkt, although Liverpool could have got him for a quarter of that just 2 years ago. Whilst he was playing for Fortuna Sittard, captaining the side as an 18-year-old, Schuurs actually went on trial with Liverpool, and they went on to offer the youngster a scholarship deal. But Schuurs of course stayed in the Netherlands, ultimately switching to Ajax for just €2 million in 2018. And it's clear now that Liverpool have kept tabs on his development ever since. Now with his compatriot Virgil van Dijk out for the season, Klopp has been left with just 2 established centre-backs, and Fabinho, having to hand a debut to Nathaniel Phillips in their victory over West Ham this weekend. But despite his talent, it's not like Schuurs is much more experienced. So do Liverpool really need to shell out for Perr Schuurs? Let us know in the comments below. Back to Germany now, where Chelsea are being linked to a World Cup winner. Matthias Ginter was an unused member of Germany's triumph in 2014, but has since gone on to establish himself as one of the Bundesliga's most consistent centre-backs, after swapping Borussia Dortmund for Borussia Mönchengladbach in 2017. Likened to Sergio Ramos by German legend Lothar Matthäus, Ginter is still only 26 years old, and has missed just 10 league games for Gladbach in 3 years. In 6 Bundesliga matches so far this season, the 33-capped international has also made 3 tackles and interceptions per game, but more impressively, has an 85% pass success rate, completing nearly 80 every game. Having already spent £120 million on German talent in the form of Kai Havertz and Timo Werner this season, Chelsea are looking to continue their revolution of the defence, which has already seen them sign both Malang Sarr and Thiago Silva, although the former has joined FC Porto on loan for the season. So how much will Ginter cost? Well, his contract is currently set to expire in 2022, meaning his value is going to decrease rapidly over the next 12 months if he doesn't sign a new deal. Frank Lampard is reportedly willing to shell out about £30 million in January to bring Ginter to Stamford Bridge, and if he does, it could also spell the end of Antonio Rudiger's time in West London as a means to fund the deal. We round off this week's Euro transfer talk with more speculation on the future of Christian Eriksen, who has never really seemed to settle into his move to Inter Milan, which happened just 10 months ago. Still yet to secure a regular starting spot at the San Siro, racking up just over 200 minutes in Inter's opening fixtures this season, it looks like he could already be on his way out of the club. Having made just 11 starts and contributed 6 goals, it appears Eriksen doesn't really fit into Antonio Conte's system, with the Italian prepared to let the Danish international leave as soon as January. Despite not impressing in Serie A, a number of Inter's league rivals are interested in taking the 28-year-old. These sides reportedly include AC Milan, Juventus, Lazio and Roma, with his current employers looking just to make back that original £17 million they splashed on the creative midfielder. But this doesn't mean Eriksen will definitely remain in Serie A either. Bayern Munich and PSG are also interested in the playmaker, who would want regular first team football to keep up match fitness, if nothing else, ahead of Denmark's competing for the Euro 2020 next summer. So that's it for today's episode of Euro Transfer Talk. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button and watch some more of our content, because we need those views. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you later.